have served our country. As Catholics, we recognize a sacred duty to protect life, liberty, and justice for all. Our veterans have embodied this duty, sacrificing their own well-being to safeguard our nation and the world. Originally known as Armistice Day, Veterans Day commemorates the end of World War I on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month in 1918. It's a day to honor all American veterans who have served in the U.S. Armed Forces. Veterans have made countless sacrifices. They have fought in distant battlefields, provided humanitarian aid, and defended our democracy. Their courage and selflessness have shaped our world and made it a better place. As we reflect on the history of Veterans Day, let us also remember the sacrifices made by the families of our veterans. Their unwavering support, love, and understanding have been essential to the success of our armed forces. Today, let us honor the veterans in our community, our families, and our lives. Let us thank them for their service, and let us commit to supporting them in the years to come. May God bless our veterans and their families. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sandy. So late last year, a group of seniors approached myself and Mr. Pendergast about their senior service project. All of our seniors have to do a senior service project, but as you'll learn, for those who've been here for a few years that you already know through the STANK Symposium, there are some groups that go beyond serving with a specific nonprofit. The five guys that I'm going to call up here, and guys, you can come on up. We got Asher Cook, Nick Trott, Garrett Dunaway, Jackson Kelly, and Lane Runs. Starting in April, they began meeting to talk about not just their project, but a key piece of it, which was advocacy on behalf of veterans as well. So these five guys put in a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a number of meetings, a lot of extra meetings to get everything planned for today. But they truly represent some of the beliefs that we hold dear as they honor veterans in our community. So I'm going to turn things over to them to talk a little bit about their project and what they're going to do next.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Asher Cook, and when I walked around the search for my sophomore year, I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. All I knew is that I wanted to help people get outside and use my hands. I had so many options, and after going home and thinking about it a little more, I came across a video highlighting the work a recent dating class completed with Operation Ramp It Up. That senior class completed a similar service project to us, and inspired me to volunteer with Operation Ramp It Up for both my junior and senior years. Operation Ramp It Up serves all in need, but what stuck out to me the most was her love and dedication to veterans. Working with Operation Ramp It Up, these past 2 years has taught me to serve those who have put their lives on the line and fought for our freedom. The impact this organization has made on families and community members is truly heartwarming, and the tears, smiles, and joy they have created is why I'm talking to you today.
So, hello, my name is Nick Trott, and I'm also working with Operation Ramp It Up. Operation Ramp It Up is a great opportunity for our group and I to experience and help veterans that need a ramp built to regain their mobility. The ability to move freely is a gift we take for granted, and working with Operation Ramp It Up has allowed me to understand that these ramps mean so much more to these veterans than what they can put into words. Our most recent build, we built a ramp for a veteran who was so excited he invited one of his friends, which was also a veteran, to watch and experience the ramp being built. His joy for having the ability to move freely again was a true and genuine joy that shows how a simple ramp can make a veteran's life that much better. Us building a ramp to restore veterans' mobility is just a great way to give back to the men and women who served and protected our country. This is the reason why I chose to work with Operation Ramp It Up, to serve those who served to protect us. If I can make you do one thing this Veterans Day, it would be just to thank a veteran and remember the brave souls that fought for us. I would like now for all veterans to stand and to be recognized. introduce the Vice President of Operation Ramp Up, 2006 graduate, Kyle Matthews.
Good morning, everyone. First and foremost, I want to thank the Senior Service Group, along with Maiden High School, for allowing me to be here today and talk with you regarding Operation Ramp It Up. So to get started, Operation Ramp It Up was founded back in 2014. It was founded by my mother-in-law and father-in-law, Greg and Lisa Schneider. And when we started Operation Ramp It Up, the mission was to provide wheelchair ramps to give back mobility to people that had exhausted all other options. And it actually started as Operation Ramp It Up for veterans. That was our focus, was veterans. And as we progressed through the years, we started to see a need as we would go out and install these ramps and go to fundraising events and talking with everybody involved that we may have a bigger opportunity beyond the veteran community and continue to extend this work as we move forward. So we operated underneath that umbrella for about 6 years, and in 2020 we became an official nonprofit. And when myself and the board got together, which I'm proud to say is comprised of all Maiden graduates, we thought there was that opportunity to extend our services. So we discussed it, and at that point in time, we decided to extend the ability to put in ramps for anyone in need, not just veterans. So at that time, we dropped the 4 veterans, and it became Operation Ramp It Up so that we could encompass a larger group and service more people. Since that time, we have put in over 500 ramps across all 50 states, and we hope to continue that momentum going forward. As Vice President, some of the things that I'm involved in is fundraising events, working with local businesses and charities to generate donations and funds so that we can continue to service as many recipients as possible. Occasionally, if time permits, I like to get out and get my hands dirty and install ramps as well. It doesn't happen as often as I'd like, but I do get the opportunity every once in a while. They give me power tools. It's fun. But one of the biggest things that I'm involved in is the choosing of recipients for these ramps. Myself and the board really take this part of the job seriously, and it's an exhaustive effort as we are receiving 5 to 10 applications a day of people reaching out trying to get assistance. So what that process looks like for us is it really boils down to when we read through these applications, who is in the most need and how quickly can we get to buy these ramps. We read through every one of these applications and we want to help every single person, but we really try to look for the most immediate need we can and the logistics of getting it done. So once we identify that person, our next step is to really look at the surrounding area, utilize Google to really understand the property that we're getting involved in. How big is that ramp going to need to be? What's all going to be involved logistically, and who do we need to get involved? We partner with about 10 different contracting companies across the United States. So we'll try to identify who has the availability and who's the closest contractor at that point in time. And then we'll also start to figure out how many volunteers we're going to need for the given project. That can consist of individuals within the community, can also be partnering with local businesses that will bring a crew out to assist us in installing the ramp. So once we start to get the logistics together and everything kind of starts to come into play, we'll then reach out to the family and we will try to figure out a date and time that works best for them to get the ramp installed. Typically, it's as soon as possible, but sometimes there are some things if they're still in the hospital or if they've got some outstanding things that need to be taken care of prior to us coming out. So 2 things can happen once all that's established. One, we either go out and put the ramp in immediately, or there may be some pre-work that needs to be done ahead of installing the ramp. We recently just completed a local ramp with the Cincinnati Bengals, and prior to us showing up, another local business had to go out and they did yard work for the customer. They mowed the lawn, edged, pulled the weeds, just got the property up in a better condition for us to come in and install the ramp. So once that was done, we came in, we installed the ramp, and then we met with the family. We always like to meet with them at the end. One of the last things we do is the customer comes down the ramp, using it for the first time, and I think that really embodies why we do what we do. To see the look on their face and the joy, to have that mobility, to be able to now enter and exit the home as they need instead of being dependent on somebody else to do that for them. But we will meet with the family, and the one thing that we ask of them is if the ramp is no longer needed for whatever reason, that they give us a call, because what we will then do is come back out, we will uninstall the ramp, and then we will store that at one of our facilities to be used at a later date for another recipient and pay it forward that way. So that's a general overview of what we do on a given ramp. For me, this is a way for me to give back. I know it's the same for all of us involved in the operation. It allows us to give back to the community, to veterans who have served and put their life on the line for the freedoms that we enjoy today. It's just a small thing that we can do to help out. If anybody does have any interest in volunteering and installing a ramp and being part of the process, the best way for you to do that is to go onto our website. We have a volunteer tab. Once you click that tab, it will bring up a brief application. You put your information in. Once it's submitted, it gets stored in our database. And then when the time and need arises for volunteers, we'll go out there, we'll look for people in the area, and then select as needed, depending on the size and the build of the ramp. So that's all I have. I, again, appreciate everybody's time. Thank you for allowing me to come, and thank you.
I'm going to take over to Senior Gary Dunaway for a special presentation for Mr. Matthews.
Morning, everybody. On top of the assembly for our senior service project, we wanted to raise some money for a ramp. Obviously, the ramps don't come for free, so somebody's got to pay for it. We started a GoFundMe in August, and we were able to raise $800. And that $800 is going to go to a ramp that will restore the freedom and the independence to the brave men and women who serve for our country. They gave up a lot for us. It's the only job in the world, to quote Mr. Brevard, it's the only job in the world where you don't know if you're going to come home or not. So these people deserve all the respect in the world. So thank you to everybody who served, and thank you to everybody who's been a part of putting this together, and thank you to all the donors.
So thank you, Kyle, and our senior service group for your work in assisting local veterans. Today we are honored to welcome a distinguished alumnus back to campus. Seth Hillman was a member of the class of 2014. He was part of one of the first government classes that I ever taught. And Seth's journey after graduating from Dayton is one that embodies the values we strive to instill in our students. Courage, sacrifice, and service to one's country. After leaving Dayton, Seth dedicated himself to serving our nation in the United States Army. His commitment to our country is a testament to the kind of young men and women we are privileged to educate here at Dayton. Please join me in thanking Seth for his service and for sharing his experiences with us today.
Thank you for letting me come out here and speak to you guys. I actually met another 82nd Airborne veteran right in front. Just saying that's pretty awesome. It's part of my story, and I love that place. To all the other veterans that are here, thank you. Thank you from one veteran to another. A little bit about me. I graduated here today. Immediately went and joined the Army. Did 2 tours overseas, came back over, and became a police officer. Dayton's been a great place for me. to grow, and things like that. Where I grew the most was the veteran community. When I got out, I did not know what to do. I was freaking out, and another veteran happened to me, you know what? Maybe it's time to do something else, still serving. So that's how I became a police officer. The big thing I want to talk to you guys about today is perspective. Perspective is a big thing. So veteran, for Veterans Day, especially for me, you think about your experiences, think about the hard times, think about the friends lost, the sacrifices, all the birthdays missed, births missed, everything you missed as a veteran. I just want to say thank you guys. As a civilian, that thank you goes a long way. Just remember that, a long way. You see a veteran, see somebody with a hat on, whether it's a global war on terror, a Vietnam veteran, thank them. That means a lot to us. It really does, it truly does. You can make somebody's day. You ask them, hey, where are you from? Hey, thank you. Perspective is a big thing. So next time you see a veteran or somebody with a hat, I don't care if it's December 12th, November 11th, whatever it is, just say thanks. They'll appreciate it. Again, I just want to thank you for the time, and thanks for having me here.
Thank you, Seth. It's my pleasure to introduce Dayton's president, Mr. Brian Pendergast.
Good morning. This morning, as Mr. Keating said, the first part of this service and ceremony was out by the new military memorial and first responders, for our veterans and first responders. That project is something that is long overdue here at Dayton High School, quite honestly, and something that is very dear to many people. A lot of people helped make that come to fruition, but one family in particular, Marie Brown and her daughter Beth and her son Tim, were the main people that made it come forward. Part of this whole project, the Building a Brighter Dayton project with the stadium, the parking lot, eventually it brought up, but part of that was a military and first responders memorial, and that's what spoke to them. That's what they wanted to donate to, because Mrs. Brown's husband, Bud Brown, had served in the military, and that was something very dear to them. So they were the ones that really designed that, with the help of Garden Path, coming up with some plans, and working with Huron Memorial to make that the granite pieces come to life. But they're the ones that really want to make sure this happened. And why do they want to do that? They want to honor our veterans and our first responders. We have a number of first responders over in the door there. You guys could also step in and ask that the veterans please stand one more time to be recognized for your service. Thank you. So when you're walking around campus as a student and you see that memorial, please take time to look at those. There are benches out there with names on it for their loved ones that served or have served or are currently serving. Out there, there are bricks commemorating those who have served or are currently serving. And take that time, as Seth said, to really just think about and put in perspective what they do for us. Our ability to have the freedoms we have, to enjoy the life we do, is because of their sacrifice, both those that serve our country and those that serve our community in keeping us safe. So please make sure you keep that in mind as you walk past there. Take the time to look at those bricks and see in the benches, and to read the prayer that's on them. We're very fortunate to have that here at Dayton, and something that we're looking forward to continue to celebrate for many years to come. Thank you.
So it's a rare day that we all get to get together here in the gym. We don't have a ton of assemblies, but hopefully just this assembly communicates the importance of this day. As Seth said, perspective is important, and thanking those who have served our country at all levels is critical. Being a part of this process with these boys and meeting so many different Dayton graduates from Hamilton Catholic, Notre Dame High School, and Dayton that served our nation has been humbling, rewarding, and as you leave here in just a few moments, feel free to stop to thank some of these people that have been here today that have given so much to this community. We know that sitting here for a long time, requires some listening, so we did want to end on a super positive note. Mr. Provart, as well as a number of our faculty, are going to lead us in 2 songs in particular. I'm going to ask you in a second to stand up. Not yet. So we're going to be singing God Bless America. As we talk about that, our last few masses have been unbelievable, the energy that we sing. So just like at Mass, we put the lyrics up here, and I'm going to turn things over to Mr. Provart at this time.
So, first of all, thank you to these teachers that are here behind me. How about some love for them? The reason they're here is because when I was asked to do this, I knew if I just stood up here and sang God Bless America, that would be a huge fail, right? Everyone would stand there and look, and it just wouldn't work out. The only way this song really works, and a lot of our patriotic songs, and for that matter, a lot of our worship songs, they work when they are communal, which means when we sing together. So, thank you guys for showing up here. They are here to give you the green light to open your voices and to sing with us. Amen? Let's give this one a shot. Please stand. Alright, now we all know this. For the guests that are here, they don't know how we do this at Maine, so it's up to you to show them. Thank you to our troops. God bless America.
Let's give it up for Mr. Bromart and everyone who helped sing today. Let's give it up one more time for all our veterans and guests who are here with us at Dayton today. In just a moment, we'll begin transitioning back to fifth period. If you all can grab a seat. There's a lot of you in this gym. We have a lot of guests, so be sure to listen up to dismissal procedures. You're going to be heading back to fifth period. We'll have a schedule update shortly. But at this point, teachers, if you'd like to start heading back to your class so you can get a head start. Senior students, you are dismissed at back at fifth period. Your guitar team member, hang around for a few minutes to complete guitar team. Sophomores go and follow the seniors on that. Sophomores. Your students, juniors, head out back to fifth period. All right, freshmen, I got good news. No stacking today. No stacking today. Freshmen, get that all out of you. You guys enjoy the rest of the Monday.
Nice, Sarah. He's not
we sing like that. You know, it's a big group. How many of them are like, yo, this is weird? And how many are like, oh, cool? You think so?